We consider ourselves beer geeks. Our niche is all about experimentation and exploration of the brewing process. We love to go out and sample other beers. We like to try other foods and take those influences, bring them back to the brewery and kind of tweak and do our own thing. A pumpkin beer is not unique. There's a lot of craft brewers out there that have been very successful doing their fall seasonal with pumpkins. I think what makes ours slightly special or a little bit different is we're working with a local farm that's growing the pumpkins. Obviously, they're harvested right down the road, and then we bring them into our kitchen and roast them.
We're kind of embracing the natural state of the pumpkin, not really overthinking it. And what we're going to do is take these whole pumpkins, kind of cut them in half, break them down, take the seeds out, and we'll end up lightly roasting them so that the flesh becomes soft enough to scoop out. And then we'll use that pulp with a little bit of water and we'll blend it and we'll give it to the brewers and they'll use that to make the beer.
So the pumpkin's added and then it goes off into fermentation. It's a little tricky because pumpkin itself doesn't have a ton of flavor. So roasting the pumpkin intensifies the flavors. It adds a lot to it. After fermentation, then we'll add some traditional spices, your nutmegs, your cinnamon, a little bit of allspice to try to complement, some of the pumpkin. And then our other kind of small twist is we're fermenting the beer with a Belgian yeast strain. There's a lot going on in the beer. It's not just the pumpkin, it's the combination of that yeast and also the spices to go with it. One of the things we do every day is we're talking about new beer names, and it's a very, very difficult process to come up with something that we feel is fitting of the beer. Master of Pumpkins for us, we kind of felt like we were late to the table in the whole pumpkin beer. So that's kind of our way of just charging through it and saying, look at us, it's different. For Master of Pumpkins, this year we're packaging it only in a champagne bottle. So it's a larger bottle. It's a new bottling line for us that's designed or engineered specifically for corked and caged bottles. So this is the first beer that we've run on the line. It's very hands-on, so we have to pack bottles on by hand and take bottles off by hand. As you're pouring it into the proper glass, the higher carbonation is going to release from the beer, which is going to bring out more of the yeast, a little more of the spices. It all comes down to just getting more flavor from your beer.